I was standing outside their bedroom door with champagne in my hands when I heard my son-in-law say, "Don't worry. Once the old man tells us about the money, we'll have a home within the month." My daughter laughed, not a nervous laugh, a genuine one. I set the champagne down on the hallway table and walked back to the guest room they'd given me, the one that used to be their storage closet. That's when I decided they would never see a single dollar. You're probably wondering how it got this far. Let me start from the beginning. My name is Robert. I'm 72 years old. For 43 years, I worked as a mechanical engineer for a mid-sized firm in Ohio. I wasn't flashy. I drove a 12-year-old Honda. I bought my clothes at Kohl's. I never took expensive vacations. People thought I was just getting by. Even my daughter, Claire, thought I was barely scraping together my pension. And I let her think that, because my wife, Linda, taught me something before she passed. Bobby, people show you who they really are when they think you have nothing to offer. Linda died 6 years ago. Pancreatic cancer. It happened fast. 4 months from diagnosis to funeral. I was shattered. Claire came to the funeral, stayed 2 days, then flew back to Denver. She called once a month after that. Maybe I didn't blame her. She had her own life. Her husband, Derek, worked in real estate. They had a nice house, 2 kids. I figured she was just busy. But then, about 3 months ago, something changed. Claire started calling me every week. At first, I was thrilled. "Hi, Dad. Just wanted to check in. How are you feeling? Dad, have you been eating okay? You know you can come stay with us anytime." Dad, Derek, and I were talking. Maybe it's time you weren't living alone anymore. It felt like love. I thought maybe she'd finally realized how much time we'd lost. So when she invited me to stay with them for a few weeks, I said yes immediately. I even thought about telling her the truth about the money. Here's what Claire didn't know. Linda and I bought a small commercial property back in 1988, a tiny strip mall on the edge of town. We rented it out to a dry cleaner, a pizza shop, and a tax office. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid for itself. Over the years, that area grew. New developments, a Whole Foods, a shopping complex. Developers started sniffing around. In January, one of them made an offer I couldn't refuse. $7.9 million. I sold it in February. After taxes and fees, I had just over $5.4 million sitting in an account. I was going to tell Claire in person. I wanted to see her face. I imagined splitting it with her, helping with the grandkids' college funds, maybe taking a trip together. I wanted to share my blessing with the person I love most, but I didn't know the worst part yet. I arrived in Denver on a Tuesday afternoon. Claire picked me up from the airport. She hugged me tight, which felt wonderful. "We're so glad you're here, Dad." Derek shook my hand. Firm grip, big smile. "Good to see you, Robert. Claire's been talking nonstop about getting you out here." The house was beautiful. 4 bedrooms, walk-in closets, granite countertops. "This is where you'll stay," Claire said, opening a door near the laundry room. It was small, no windows. It smelled like detergent. There was a single bed and a nightstand. "It's cozy," I said. "We're just so happy you're here," she said again. That phrase started to feel rehearsed. The first few days were nice. We had dinners together, watched TV. The grandkids, Emma and Josh, were polite but distracted by their phones. But I started noticing little things. Derek would ask questions. "So, Robert, you still renting out that property you and Linda bought?" "No," I said. "Sold it earlier this year." His eyes lit up. "Oh, yeah? That must have been a relief. I'm sure it wasn't worth much anymore, right? Old buildings and all." I just smiled. It worked out. Claire leaned in. "Dad, if you ever need help managing anything financially, Derek's really good with that stuff. I appreciate it, I said, but I'm doing fine. I saw them exchange a look. That weekend, I overheard the first conversation. I was in the hallway. Claire and Derek were in the kitchen. He sold it, but he's being cagey about the number, Derek said. Maybe it wasn't much, Claire replied. No way. I looked it up. That area's exploded. If he sold even a small property there, he's sitting on at least a couple $100,000. You think he's hiding it? I think he doesn't want us to know. Probably scared we'll ask for help. Claire laughed. He's living in our house. I think we've earned a little transparency. I stood there frozen, but I told myself I was overreacting. A week later, Claire sat me down. Dad, we need to talk. Derek was next to her. Both had serious faces. Is everything okay? I asked. We've been thinking. Claire said, you're getting older. You're alone. We're worried about you. I'm fine. Dad, what if something happens? What if you fall? What if you forget to pay a bill? Derek nodded. We think it might be time to look into senior living, assisted living, somewhere safe. My chest tightened. I don't need that. Not yet, Claire said gently. But maybe soon. And honestly, Dad, it's expensive. So if you have any savings, any assets from the sale, now's the time to start planning. There it was. I'm managing fine, I said quietly. Claire's face hardened just a little. Dad, we're trying to help you. I know. Then let us. I didn't answer. That night, I couldn't sleep. I got up around midnight to get water. That's when I walked past their bedroom. The door was cracked. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard Derek's voice. He's definitely hiding something. No way he's this calm unless he's got a stash somewhere. What do you want me to do? Claire said. He won't talk about it. Then we go another route. What do you mean? Once he tells us, we get financial power of attorney. Say it's for his protection. Then we move him into a state-run facility. Cheap, maybe $2,000 a month. Whatever he's got, we manage. It becomes ours. Silence. Then Claire said, how long do you think we'd have to keep him there? Derek laughed. Guys like him? 5 years, max. Another pause. Then Claire laughed too. God, that's awful. It's practical. I stepped back. My heart was pounding. I went back to my room, sat on the bed, and stared at the wall. The next morning, I acted normal. I had breakfast with them, smiled, said I slept great. But everything had changed because they'd made one critical mistake. They assumed I had no plan. Here's what they didn't know. When Linda got sick, I updated everything. My will, my estate plan, my healthcare directives. I worked with a lawyer named Catherine Frost. Sharp, 50s, no nonsense. After I sold the property, I called her again. Catherine, I want to set up a revocable trust. I want control while I'm alive, but I want to be able to change beneficiaries anytime. Planning for something? She asked. Just being careful. Now, sitting in that closet-sized room, I called her again. Catherine, I need a favor. Go ahead. I want to test someone. I told her everything. She was quiet for a moment. Then she said, let me make some calls. I'll have something for you by tomorrow. 2 days later, I told Claire and Derek I want to take them to dinner. There's something I need to tell you both. Their faces lit up. We went to a steakhouse. They ordered wine, appetizers. Derek was relaxed, confident. So, he said, cutting into his ribeye, what's on your mind, Robert? I folded my hands. I wanted to tell you both that I've been thinking about your advice, about planning ahead. Claire reached over and squeezed my hand. We're so glad, Dad. I sold my property for a significant amount. Derek leaned forward. How significant? Just under $8 million. Dead silence. Claire's mouth opened slightly. Derek put down his fork. You're joking. I'm not. Derek's face went red. Then he smiled. Big. Robert, that's incredible. That's life-changing. It is, I said. And I've been thinking about how to manage it. You mentioned power of attorney. Absolutely. Derek said quickly. We can help. We'll set everything up. You won't have to worry about a thing. Good, I said, because I'm meeting with my lawyer next week to finalize it. Claire's eyes were shining. Dad, I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything, I said. I smiled, but inside, I was watching them both very carefully. That night, I heard them again. Oh my God, Claire whispered. 8 million. I know. Derek, we could pay off a house, buy another property, the kids' college. Babe, we can do all of that and more, but we have to move fast. What do you mean? We get him to sign POA this week. Then we move him out, find some cheap facility. He'll be taken care of, and we manage everything else. Do you think he'll fight it? He's old, Claire. He's tired. He'll be relieved. She hesitated. I feel bad. Don't. He's going to be fine. And we deserve this. You put up with him your whole life. That sentence landed like a knife. The next morning, Derek handed me paperwork. Robert, I had my guy draft this up. Just a simple financial power of attorney. Totally standard. It just means if anything happens, Claire and I can make sure you're taken care of. I looked at the paper. This says you have full control of my accounts. Only if needed, Derek said. Sign it, Dad, Claire said. It's for your protection. I picked up the pen. I watched them hold their breath. Then I set the pen down. I'd like my lawyer to look at it first. Derek's smile faltered. You don't trust us? I trust Catherine, I said calmly. Dad, Claire said, her voice sharp now. We're trying to help you. I know. Then sign it. No. Her face changed. Cold. Fine, she said. But don't expect us to keep helping you if you're going to be difficult. I nodded. Understood. That afternoon, Catherine came to the house. I answered the door. Claire and Derek were in the living room. Mr. Harper, Catherine said loudly, I have those documents you asked for. She walked past me into the living room. Derek stood. Who are you? Catherine Frost. Mr. Harper's estate attorney. Claire's face went pale. Catherine opened her briefcase. Mr. Harper asked me to deliver this in person. She handed Claire a folder. What is this? Claire asked. It's a cease and desist, Catherine said. You are being formally warned that any attempt to coerce Mr. Harper into signing financial documents, or any attempt to pursue guardianship or conservatorship without legal grounds, will result in legal action. Derek's jaw clenched. This is ridiculous. Catherine smiled. Also, Mr. Harper has updated his will and trust. All assets will be managed by a third-party trustee. You're no longer listed as beneficiaries. Claire's hand shook. Dad. I heard you, I said quietly. Both of you. I heard everything. Silence. You were going to lock me away, I said. You were going to take everything I work for and put me in a home to die. That's not. Don't lie to me, Claire. Her face crumpled. But I didn't stop. I came here because I thought you loved me. I was going to share everything with you. I wanted to help you, to be close to you. Derek stepped forward. Robert, you're misunderstanding. Get out of my sight, I said. Catherine nodded to me. I'll be outside. She left. Claire was crying now. Dad, please. We made a mistake. We weren't really going to. Yes, you were. I picked up my suitcase. I'd already packed. I'm leaving. Where will you go? Derek asked. I looked at him. Somewhere you'll never find me. I stayed in a hotel that night. The next week, I bought a small condo in Charleston. Paid cash. I set up the trust exactly how I wanted it. 10% goes to the charity Linda, and I always support it. The rest goes to Emma and Josh, my grandchildren. In a trust they'll access at 25. Claire and Derek will never control a cent. Claire called me once. Dad, I'm sorry. Please, let's talk. There's nothing to say. I'm your daughter. You were, I said, but daughters don't plot to bury their fathers alive. I hung up. She hasn't called since. I'm sitting on my balcony now, watching the sunset over the water. I think about Linda a lot. She was right. People show you who they are when they think you have nothing, but they also show you when they think you have everything. I don't hate Claire, but I'll never forgive her. Some people think family means unconditional forgiveness, but those people have never heard their own child laugh about putting them away. I worked my whole life with my family. Now I'm working on learning to live just for me. And you know what? It's peaceful. The quietest people are often the strongest because they know exactly what they're capable of. And I'm capable of walking away.